Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Jarrett Goes to the Movies, a weekly podcast where Jarrett Reddick and friends get together and talk about a movie that they watched that week. Plus, whatever the hell else is on their minds. Get ready for the best hour and a half you'll have in the next hour and a half. Here they are, Eric, Casey, Sean, Amy, and because he's famous, his name's on the show, Jarrett. Welcome to Jarrett Goes to the Movies.
Wow, thank you. My goodness. The crowd is freaking wild tonight. This is nuts, whoever the hype guy is tonight. Rehire him, Sean. Welcome, everybody, to Jarrett Goes to the Movies. Coming off a Mother's Day weekend, I'm going to be completely honest and tell you that yesterday I drank in a swimming pool for about 8 solid hours, and then I got an amazing night's sleep because I went to bed at 10 p.m.
Man, that's early.
With your shoes on or off?
Everything off, like a fucking American.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. You didn't wake up with a dick drawn on your face?
No, not one.
Awesome.
Wouldn't that be a weird, like, marital thing if, like, every once in a while you woke up and I drew a dick on your face?
Because you know it would be a really good drawn dick. Like, it would be very realistic.
It would be very,
You wouldn't be able to be mad. It'd be a work of art.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't even wash it off.
Oh, man, I probably would.
When she signs it down on your chin.
I mean, that'd have been weird today because I took Everett to school, you know, and
Carline, hey,
his school
Brenda.
counselor is the one that like let him out of the car today.
Oh, sorry, you hate
Yeah, you'll see him in your office later because of my face.
Oh, I'm sorry, his mom did this. Like,
yeah, because she's always putting her dicks on my face. All right, guys. Well, we're glad you guys are here. Got a great show coming up for you here. I'm certain of it. We're going to talk about the movie UHF, and 5 questions later is a doozy. You guys are stoked. It is a you just aren't going to be able to leave the edge of your seat.
Well, with a movie like this,
yeah,
you're going to want to tune in.
Yeah.
We're really going to get to the bottom of
your penis.
Yeah, right. I love it. All right. Hey, we got some news from, and we love keeping up with our Patreon supporters and our viewer family. And so tonight we wanted to announce on the show that Mike Leblanovitz, a.k.a. Mike Florida, on the chat, and his beautiful wife, Kathy, are expecting in October 2021. Yay! Congratulations.
what if you were like, are getting a divorce? Like, wouldn't that be?
No.
This would be a fun place to announce.
That'd be like the cameo breakup.
It is mutual, and they just ask for some privacy.
Both of them don't give a shit about the other one anymore, and they would like to move on. But feel free to stay Facebook friends with both.
They have asked.
Until they will let you know when it's time to choose a side.
They are registered at Macy's.
They should have divorce registration.
You gotta buy all new shit.
Registered at Macy's for Mike's new apartment because he will not be living in the house anymore.
He's got a denim comforter on there.
Denim
and a futon.
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
Xbox.
He's
wow, that really took a turn.
He is leaving with an Xbox, the small TV from the kitchen, and the second toaster.
4 plates.
Yeah.
4 forks.
Yeah.
3 spoons.
Oh, that's
He took the small refrigerator from the bedroom.
Why is there a refrigerator in the bedroom?
Yeah, that sounds like something I need.
And you're talking about kitchen TVs like it's the fucking 1990s.
That used to be a thing.
Undermount.
Oh,
that used to be a thing.
I remember the
4-inch
small kitchen
televisions?
TVs for sure.
Yeah, I mean, because, it wasn't always these open floor plans. Like, you couldn't see it from the kitchen, and plus there was no,
I remember
internet.
my mom watching the kitchen TV,
we
making some dinner.
always had a kitchen TV.
And you couldn't always go and get a 85-inch flat screen TV for $429.
No kidding.
Craziness. It's crazy.
That's the thing. They're free now. That's what I say all the time. They're just free.
We had a TV in our bedroom that just wasn't. It's not a smart TV, so it wasn't hooked up to anything. And it honestly took about a week of debating it in my head before I just thought, just go get a Roku stick.
Yeah.
You don't have to go buy a new TV, but they make it so fucking. I was just looking online, like,
Yeah.
For the size we need to sit on a dresser in the, like, it's cheap.
It's super cheap.
But it's cheaper to get the little thing, so I put the thing in there and I hated it.
I say it all the time. There was like a full year where like we couldn't stop getting TV. Like we just kept acquiring televisions. We were like, fuck, stop giving us
We were
free
giving
TVs.
them away to people and shit. Yeah.
Please take
the TV, Carolyn.
That's party gifts whenever you leave.
Yeah, so good to see
And your
you.
puppy.
Take a 40-inch flat screen.
You did get a TV on your way, didn't you?
All right, guys. We are a Patreon-driven podcast. If you don't know what that is, it's basically Patreon is a way for you to help content creators continue to create their content. There's music and comedy and cartoons and all kinds of different things and things that you can sponsor. We're on there, patreon.com/Jarrett Goes to the Movies. And each and every dollar that we get from you guys goes right back into the show. It's $1 a month to start to get you to be a part of the winning team. $1 a month, not an episode. Some podcasts are by the episode. We are not. We are by the month. And when you get on up into $5, you start to get crazy unreleased content and so on and so forth. I do need to let you guys know that this is a David Dooley and Woody Chambers production. Our producers are all at the $20 and up level on our Patreon page, and they do consist of Ad Craner, Amy Pittsinger, Andy Smith, Brian Mason, Brian Sullivan, Brian Dunning, Shell Ordway, Chris the $12 Million Man Cranfill, Chris Jacobs, Chris Peacock, Colton Sword, Corey Reed, Daniel Cotton, David Dooley, David Groundhog's Day Kendrick, David the Original Murray. Oh, you added to my own bit.
Oh, you told me to.
Well, I was just going to say the original because he's like one of our original.
Oh,
Although
guys.
Lucy Murray said she's not cool with that.
Yeah, see, there you go. Yeah, that's right. See, now you've hurt her feelings. Oh, it's erasing right in front of my eyes. Goddamn, technology's weird.
Whoa.
Dennis Hop, not to be confused with Dennis Hopper. Denny Chambers, Derek Smith, Diane Small, Dom, Surfing Bird, Petretta, Ernie, Soulman McCracken, Gage Strickland, Gregory Cordone, Greg Lee, Greg, The Hammer Stevens, A Hangover You Don't Deserve podcast, Jared Spear, Jason Ellsworth, Jason Palladino, Jeff Millman, Jeff Yeager, fucking Joe Barlow, Joey Bishop, John Gickler, Joseph Richards, Josh Hanlon, Josh Millman, Katie Tro, Katie Gardner, Kim Murphy, Kirsty Fisher, Lily Holohan, Lisa Sponsel, Lisa Wenzel, Lucy Murray, who
Lucy,
is now
the original Murray.
Lucy, the original Murray, Mandy Pretty, Michael McClary, Michael Price, Mike Breton, Mike Leblanovitz, soon to be a daddy, Mike Brignoni, Rodon James, Ray Elliott, Rich Osborne, Robert Dirty Muffins O'Doyen, Ryan Clydesdale, Sean Blackstone, Sean Barger, Steve May, Steve Rhodes, Tim Chapman from Maine, Trey Wren, Vinny Cataldo, Wendy Matta, Woody Chambers, Zodiac Zach, and Sfee Hurst. Give it up for all of our amazing producers. We appreciate y'all. All right, so this is an interesting movie. This one came out in 1989. I thought this was actually older. I do remember seeing it. I only saw it once. But this is one of those ones where my friends, I guess, quoted it a bunch because I definitely recognized, there were definitely some lines in here that I recognized. A few of the gags that I have heard people talk about before, but I admit I've not seen this movie in a very, very long time. So I'm anxious to talk about it. 1989, PG-13, comedy drama, it says. Hour and 37 minutes.
Yeah, if you think the comedy's good in this one, the dramatic acting really
take your breath away.
really sets it apart, I think, from other
Yeah.
kind of like-minded cinematic features.
Yeah, I'm with you. Now, excuse me. You're going to be surprised at this. This movie has about the same score on ratings as does Mr. Mom.
What?
Wrong.
Yeah. 7 out of 10 on IMDb.
What?
61% on Rotten Tomatoes. not too far off.
That's 4 times higher than it ought to be.
Yeah.
And I chose this movie. Don't.
I'm pretty shocked at that.
Me too.
Same.
But I,
Yeah.
you know
Wait, I
what?
thought you chose it, Jared.
I did not choose this.
Oh.
No. This
We're
is-
on like a 3 week in a row films I chose, so let's stop doing that.
Yeah, please.
Else.
the budget was $5 million. They made 6.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's profit. That's money in the
It's
bank.
actually today that's $3 million. So yeah, they did good. And this movie has to have made money over the course of the years because it's a cult favorite. Obviously, Weird Al Yankovic sort of has this group of followers that's not unlike, you know, the Bare Naked Ladies or whatever that are just like that. This is my guy, you know.
It's like people who like licorice. Not everybody likes licorice, but the people who like it
They fucking love
really fucking love it.
Are you
I
talking
don't
about
think I've ever met anybody that feels that strongly about licorice.
like the black licorice? I can't do it, man.
Sir.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Like Twizzlers, does that count?
Twizzlers is
No.
licorice. It's not
Garbage.
licorice.
It's licorice, but it's like a.
Licorice has to have that licorini,
Red
whatever the
vines or
ingredient-
nothing.
Whatever the ingredient is.
We used to
in
get this
licorice.
like licorice rope shit.
Yeah.
And you could, you know, you'd have like a big long. You could whip the shit out of your brother
Yeah,
with
you
that.
can get those at baseball games.
Yeah,
whereas-
Michael
Yeah.
stuff.
Michael Hutchins had a rope like that. But it didn't turn out.
Yeah. Well,
very
it was
well.
red,
He
at least
just
when they
wanted-
found him.
He just wanted some candy
Yeah,
and to be choked during sex.
sure. Now, Eric, you had obviously seen this before since this is your pick.
Yes, I had seen this.
This is another one you're like, you know what movie I've always wanted to see?
If early Dillo household was Star Wars and Goonies and Karate Kid, and then later was, I don't know, maybe the Chris Farley movies as we got older. UHF was right there because I was 12 when this came out and my
Yeah.
brother was 10. So this was
The stuff
we
you
watched
were and
this
were
one,
not allowed to watch
I
is
know.
very weird to me.
but I think my parents thought that this was just, and it is just dumb gaggy shit.
Yeah.
You know, and so
Yeah, but if you just show your kids dumb gaggy shit without the complexity of sex or violence or profanity, then you just grow a bunch of fucking weirdos.
No, I totally agree. I'm not saying that it was right of them. I'm just trying to get into the mind of of my weird parents at the time.
Then again, my mom took me to When Nature Calls in theaters with my brother because she thought it was about animals.
Speaking of movies that
it
your
not?
parents took you to, my parents in the 5th grade took me to the 10 o'clock showing of First Blood on a school night.
Rambo?
Yeah. And that's sort of timely because there's obviously the spoof of that here.
There is.
Yeah. So, Eric, you had seen this before, so obviously we don't need a pre-synopsis. Let's
Nope.
just figure out what the synopsis gods say about this.
Over to
Eric.
for his synopsis.
An unemployed visionary becomes the manager of a local television station. The station becomes a success with all sorts of hilarious sight gags and wacky humor. Wacky!
Whackity schmackity doo.
Pretty solid.
It's
Not too bad.
the correct synopsis of the movie.
Zaldor says that this was filmed in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
It is.
If he had not left the Oklahoma area, he would have been in the movie.
Tulsa, Austin,
Oklahoma City, Seattle, San Francisco, too.
If you're talking about all the towns where rock and roll is just so kick-ass,
Yeah.
how did Tulsa and Oklahoma City both make it into that song?
interesting.
Huey Lewis.
Right.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, he had to have missed a couple, too.
Yeah. Chicago,
Did he not say that?
I don't think so. Seattle, San Francisco to
D.C., Hollywood, and the Sunset
Sunset.
Strip. No place that I'd rather be. Me, I like to see the
pretty
pretty girls.
all at a quarter
Quarter
to
to 3.
something. But anyway, just a brief aside.
And then he fakes the cuss word. Everywhere there's music, the rocket music, they pack it with a lot of flash. But it's still that same old backbeating rhythm that really, really kicks you in the. Say the harder rock and roll is to beating.
That's a good gag.
That fucking album is so good. Huey Lewis and the New Sports.
Yeah.
That record is so insanely good.
I miss Huey Lewis in the news. I wish they'd come out with something new. I celebrate his entire catalog. Even the one he did with the lady that sells the crazy bullshit on the internet now.
Oh my God, that's
Gwyneth Paltrow.
The goop.
Oh,
Yeah, he did a duet with
Vagina
her.
candles?
Yeah.
Vagina can, asshole eggs, and
Not the vagina candles you got.
no. It smells like her vagina.
Does it take the wax out of your vagina?
I wanted to get my brother one.
oh,
of
is
those.
that like you put it in your ear?
Yeah, it
and
just sucks everything out. Everybody knows that.
Yeah,
what is that called?
it's called an ear candle.
It's just what it's called, your ear candle. And
Yeah,
you
but
put
they
it in
make them
your
for
ear.
vaginas.
Vagina candle.
I'm in.
Yeah,
But do you have to sit like with your legs
Well, yeah, it'd be a hazard if you did.
you
yeah.
have to
if you-
become a candle
back.
holder.
and legs up?
Call me a
or
cake.
legs back. I don't know what a vagina is, so I'm having a hard time picturing it. But anyway,
Yeah. Well, it's the same position that the girls in Thailand had to get to shoot the ping pong balls out of there. I'm sure.
do they shoot them up and then catch them in their mouth?
No, they sort of shoot them all the way across the stage at people,
It's like eel
Why did the
soup.
strippers give you the vagina candles?
and they because it was a gift. All of the strippers.
You know how strippers are.
All of the strippers at the lodge
come
here in
bearing
Dallas
gifts.
were really big Bowling for Soup fans, and they had someone, they had done some sort of a party, and they made vagina candles out of their vaginas, and one of them presented one to me, and one of them presented one to Chris Birdie.
But what?
I didn't realize it was the lodge, but it makes me wonder if it was like one of my closer family members' vaginas.
No, because I remember
I
her.
thought you were going to say you know her vagina, and that's not it.
Yeah, I know her vagina, and that couldn't be it. Yeah, I used to ask it questions and shit like, did Ava and Lola come out of here?
Hey,
What? Oh shit, we hadn't said that yet, had we? Sorry. Whoops. Okay, so anyway, candle, vagina stuff. No, the Gwyneth Paltrow one though smells like her vagina, she says.
No.
Yeah, that's what she said.
I think that might be a thing.
It was a thing, and they were like $75. You couldn't keep them in stock. I was gonna buy my brother one for Christmas because he texted me, "Hey boy, you seen this Gwyneth Paltrow candle?
Hey, champ.
We got to get one of these."
Scoop.
Apparently, they got this Gwyneth Paltrow candle. Smells like her vagina. Anyway,
Well, I don't like that.
what?
how do you know?
Yeah.
The vagina
You
smell?
know what? You're right. I take it back. I don't know.
I bet
Gwyneth, if you're listening, I didn't mean to say that. I will happily smell your vagina.
Yeah, she's into some
Happily.
she's into some crazy shit.
She's stupid.
What, you think so?
I mean, she's smart that she can rip off millions of people for millions and millions and millions of dollars a year.
They just came out with a new dildo. I saw on.
How dildo was it?
Okay, babe, I just added you to the wait list for the vagina candle. It'll email you whenever it's ready.
Oh.
Oh, thanks,
What a
babe.
gal.
Man, that's awesome.
Can't wait for you to get that
Happy
email out
Father's
of,
Day.
out of
Right.
nowhere.
Here's Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina scent.
Goopy candle.
You sure you have it?
Terrible name.
Why is it called goop?
You sure you want to have it in the living room where we used to have Diva?
No, we have to have it up here.
No, I just want y'all to be able to spell it, or you can just give it to your brother.
What if one end is a
need to know.
fleshlight and the other end's a candle?
It's like fucking a flashlight.
It's like fucking a flashlight.
Well, it's like an 1800s flashlight.
Y'all get it?
Anyways, eel soup.
I got it.
I know.
Okay.
Come on, George, we're busy here.
You know what the problem is? Nobody here appreciates a guy with a good imagination.
Well, at least not the people at the lumberyard, or the miniature golf course, or Floyd's fish market, or any of the other places he worked in the last month, right?
I thought this guy was the guy
Someday,
from Silence of the
someday they'll be
Lambs.
sorry. They'll
Originally.
be eating breakfast or something, and all of a sudden they'll say, "Hey, we screwed up. We never should have fired George Newman because he's got imagination." Well, I think the fries are just about done.
Oh, jeez, you better not let Big Edna see that. She'll have a fit.
Big Edna. Big Edna. You sound like a broken record. Why are you so afraid of that pathetic tub of lard?
Watch out. Blah, 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 blah.
Ooh, baby.
Get him, Edna.
It's a good start to a movie. That other actor, sorry, the guy's name is George. His actual name is David Bowie.
I know when it popped up there, I was like, I don't remember David Bowie in this.
Bowie.
So when you click on him, the first picture that comes up is David Bowie. And it's literally like on his IMDb, it's like the first and fifth picture are David Bowie.
Like in Ziggy Stardust makeup, and
I mean, there is one. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
That's not me.
I mean, here's the thing about this movie. This movie starts out, and they're doing the Indiana Jones spoof, and he cracks the whip, and the guy's arm falls off, and it's obviously a fake arm. And this is our indicator as to what we're in for the next hour and a half, right?
I mean, not 30 seconds later, a guy runs out of the cave and gets hit by a train.
Right. After they find the ancient symbol that's sticking their tongue out at him while with making the face, you know. And then
it means certain death for anybody who enters there.
When they do when he climbs over the deal and it's the do not enter, severe tire damage signs, I full on fucking started laughing. And I don't ever laugh out loud when I'm by myself.
See?
And I lost my shit. I was like, that is fucking hilarious.
This movie, before we even get any further into it, was just like Airplane. They wanted to do a bunch of gags, and I don't mean it's as good as Airplane. I just mean they wanted to do a bunch of gags, and you have to tie it together with one stupid, flimsy-ass story.
Sure.
If you think about the story of Airplane and none of the funny stuff, it's just, we've got to land a plane.
Yeah.
Well, that isn't interesting, and neither is this movie.
Sure.
But Weird Al was huge at the time. And so they just had to have a vehicle, like a Saturday Night Live movie or whatever else, to just tie these bits that go on in Weird Al's head all together. And if you only think about it like that,
yeah,
you can't ever say this movie is good.
Right.
But if that's what they were trying to do, they did it fine.
Well, I'm going to tell you this right now. I am not going to dump all over this one. I actually thoroughly enjoyed it. It was it was exactly like you just described to me. It was like a Saturday Night Live episode, but it's like the gags were one thing, but it was also just the way that it was shot. It was just like every 80s movie, every 80s sitcom, if it just loose story, just bullshit television, Dukes of Hazzard kind of timing, is what it was. And to me, it just was super comfortable. And, I mean, there's a few of the things where I was like, okay, kind of roll your head a little bit. But, I really enjoyed it. I can understand why I didn't like it when I saw it 30 years ago. Because it's not Airplane, it's not Naked Gun. They do take some of those liberties from here and there. But yeah, man, I it definitely, again, there's a couple of fucking funny things on there to where it's like, I don't know, that'll find its way into my repertoire at some point, like the fucking spatula store and shit,
Spatula City, we sell spatulas.
It's so
and
good.
That's all.
So funny. But
it's not, the humor is not as clever or subtle as the other ones that we've mentioned.
Well,
that's the biggest difference, I think, is everything in this is over the top Weird Al ridiculousness.
He finds
but
that
when you're
treasure.
12, that's amazing.
He finds the treasure in this way of like how Indiana Jones and all these guys have found treasure in the past. And it's an Academy Award that he then uses to stop the wall from coming down on top of him. And that the symbolism of that is fucking hilarious. It was just like, look, we're fucking around here trying to make people laugh a little bit, So the Indiana Jones run is so fucking funny when he's running past all the shit. I think random green screen stuff like that is really funny. There's like, Airplane, it does that same thing.
Wayne's World, they do it.
Yeah. Those kind of things are really funny. Me and Linus did that in the Morrissey song video. The same thing. We're riding a tandem bike, and at first we're like actually riding it, and then we're going on a roller coaster, and it's kind of shit like that. Yeah. And that shit to me is always funny if it's not overdone, and I feel like they made good choices here. And it was cool to see Long Duck Dong, who we talked about last week on the show.
Yeah, Getty Watanabe.
Yeah, he just like, what was it? Like, it's Beginner's Day, huh?
So
Stupid! And then just the karate class going on in the wall and shit falling off, and he just goes, what time is it? And then
just a fucking fist through the wall.
With a watch.
Now, Casey, before we go any further, Casey is unsure of what she actually watched. So,
yeah. I also made y'all watch Rocky Horror Picture Show, so I feel like I don't have a lot of it. But I don't know. I had a hard time holding my attention because there was so much going on. Like maybe like a tinier bit of storyline maybe would have held my attention because I found myself like zoning out and coming back and going, fucking what? Like, where are we now? And who is this person?
Yeah.
But I didn't.
I think if you watch it again.
Yeah. Same. I mean, same as you. Like, I'm not going to like shit all over the movie, but I had a hard time paying attention to this one.
Amy, you
I think it's funny. I like Weird Al, so it's fine.
and he plays the same character that he plays in all the videos too, which is fucking Weird Al Yankovic. That's his thing.
I will say his voice like was a little painful.
Yeah, and that's all kind of an act anyway too, you know.
Yeah.
It's
because if you see an interview with him, it's yes, hello, I am Alfred Yankovic.
Alfred.
Now, Amy, Derek was gonna watch this with you.
Yes.
Did that end up happening?
He did.
Okay.
He watched it with me.
I could see him thinking some of this was funny.
He's seen it before though.
He did not.
He had seen it before.
Yeah. And so how did it go?
I was a little worried.
Yeah.
So I wanted him to watch it with me because it's funnier if you're watching it with somebody, and especially him because his laugh is the best.
And he likes Weird Al.
And he was like, yeah, I'll watch that with you. I remember that movie.
Yeah.
I'll take all the dumps on this movie. It was the worst thing. It almost ruined Mother's Day for me.
That was always next year.
If I didn't have creme brulee to eat through this
and lobster
piece
tail
of shit.
Oh my god! If you have to eat a lobster and watch this, that sounds like the worst fucking.
Were you just sitting there just getting angrier the whole time you were watching it?
And Casey, same thing. It did not hold my attention. I was drifting, and we just stopped it and went to bed. And I had to fucking wake up this morning, knowing that I had to finish this shithole, and I was grumpy about it. But I almost didn't finish it, but I did.
Did you almost laugh ever?
The only thing that I found funny was the Spatula City.
Yeah, that shit was funny.
That was funny.
They sell spatulas, that's all.
Right. They got all
and if
different.
you buy 9, you get one for a penny.
Yeah.
Man, this was painful.
Awesome.
You know, there definitely some stuff that like, we're starting to get into like, I even laughed at the Twinkie Wiener sandwich.
Looks delicious.
You know, because I was just like, I don't know. That's fucking funny because that is my life. That's something somebody on the bus would make up and go, just take one bite of this and tell me it's not awesome.
I had an idea yesterday to stop and get Twinkies and hot dogs and easy cheese to bring over, and then today the weather got crazy, and so I didn't have any time to do that.
Like perfect
but I thought
Twinkie Weenie
we could
sandwich weather.
It's Twinkie Wiener sandwich season, really, up until Labor Day.
Yeah, it's a rainy day.
Did you catch the Close Encounters of the Third Kind reference in this film? Because I think it happens right after this. He sits down with a plate of mashed potatoes.
Yes. Oh, and he goes, yeah.
This means something.
Yeah.
Did you catch that? That's what that was from?
I did not. That's what I was about to say was like, there's just a few things where it just, okay, you lost me on that. I didn't get that. It's also funny to see Victoria Jackson sort of playing a straight character.
Yeah, because she's gay.
Like in real life.
House falling down?
Huh? Is it snowing?
Huh?
What happened? Hold on. I'm dealing with Victoria Jackson being gay. What?
I don't know. You said playing a straight person.
Got it. Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry. I missed that. No, it's just that she always plays like the overly sort of dumb character on Saturday Night Live or really anything else that she's ever been in.
Zing.
And she's not like that at all.
That voice,
Her
though.
voice is fucking terrible.
Yeah. It's,
okay, Amy. Christ.
Buckle up, Buttercup.
This movie's awesome. When I was 12, this is so funny.
The dude, like the old man, that old man that was in like fucking everything, that comes up for change, and he's like, "Change, you got change?" And he starts to pull it out, and he actually counts out the dollar and change. Thank you. And he lays the dollar on there.
That was funny. That was funny. Yeah.
Yeah. That made me laugh.
$1.
Yeah. There we go.
Thank you.
All right. And then, and then Fran Drescher, it was a little refreshing. It's been a while since I found her annoying, and she's amazing in Spinal Tap. So I liked it. It was cool. Nice to see her. Quite the rant when they first walk in, though, and she just like,
And this is my funny Bob.
you know, yeah, she's like, motherfucker, you know, like every fucking 2 weeks I get a new boss. How am I supposed to move up? Yeah, and he's just like, yeah, and this is Bob. Then the fucking, so this is one that I think that Chris Burney says all the time. I'm almost positive it's him, but Crazy Ernie's, if nobody comes up and buys a car for me in the next hour, I'm going to club this baby seal.
I'm going to club a baby seal to make a better deal.
You know I'll do it.
Because I'm crazy.
I thought that was fucking funny.
It is
as well.
funny.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it reeled me in pretty quickly, and I was just, you know, I definitely found myself, you know, I watched it today during the day, so my phone was blowing up, and so I kept having to kind of stop and rewind to make sure that I got everything because, it moved
You don't want to
pretty
miss anything.
No.
Hey, RJ.
That's up next, Sean.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
You okay in there, Pam?
Yes, it's just if it's not one thing, it's another. You know that mailman's really got a screw loose. He delivers us this package. It's supposed to go to R.J. Fletcher.
Who?
R.J. Fletcher, he runs Channel 8. You know, the network affiliate downtown. Oh, well, I guess I'll just have to send it back to him tomorrow.
No, that's okay. I'll take it over myself. It'll be a good chance to meet the competition.
You know, George, I'll tell you, I don't really think that's such a good idea. I heard he's not the nicest guy in the world.
Oh, come on. He can't be all that bad. You just gotta know how to talk to those guys.
Yeah, and then you do find out that he is the fucking worst. Like this guy.
Fires the janitor
Yeah.
and doesn't try to unfire him when he realizes that the file was just sitting in his chair the whole time.
Yeah, what an asshole.
What a dick.
It's not the way to treat people, RJ.
So let's talk about Michael Richards for a bit. I actually think that my brother might have taken me to see this movie because he used to love that show Fridays, which was kind of like...
You ain't got no job. You ain't got shit to do.
No, that's a movie. But they had this, they had a Saturday Night Live-like thing on... in fact, it's the show that Andy Kaufman went on and broke character and fucked up the skit on live TV, and Michael Richards came over and poured the water on his head. And they, you know, still to this day don't say whether or not that was canned or what. So he used to play this character named Dick on that, and my brother used to quote him all the time. And it's really cool to me to go back and see this now, like after Seinfeld has happened and run its course, to see the little Kramer little isms. Like he just sort of has always opened and closed doors that way.
Yeah,
you know,
jerky
and like right when he comes in, you know, it's just whoever's to his left. It's just like it scares him or whatever. And so that was really cool because you could see that's probably something he had been developing for quite some time. And then he went and made, you know, bukus of money.
And then
he's canceled.
Wait, why is he canceled?
Was he the first
Kramer's
one to be
canceled?
canceled?
He's one of the OG cancelers. Yeah, he's one of the first guys.
Cancelees?
I mean,
Yeah, he's one of the
if
first
you've not
guys.
seen the rant,
It's pretty bad.
it wasn't
Yeah.
like I posted
Yeah.
a picture that I thought was funny 25 years ago.
Right.
And maybe now I realize.
Or a bad Halloween costume
yeah,
once.
this was lots of N-words and
Yeah, a
things
lot.
like that.
But live in front of people.
During a stand-up, right?
During
It
a
was a
stand-up
stand-up.
thing,
Because he was getting heckled, and that's how, I mean,
He just lost his shit.
Yeah,
because
that
the
was
good
it.
videos are the professional comedians who just start ripping on people
Yeah.
for heckling.
Well,
and
there's-
that's
yeah.
always hilarious.
That's so fun.
There's guys
Not
that make
the-
a living doing that.
Not the N-word.
Yeah. No, I mean, and just shouting it for the sake of shouting it too. Like it was really bizarre, almost like he was, and I think that it came out that he was kind of having a bit of a nervous breakdown, and several of his black friends came out in defense of him, you know. But then there's the, you know, the Dave Chappelle talked about, you know, Kramer. Yeah, you know, Kramer, he done lost everything.
You sound like Dave Chappelle in Half Baked.
Yeah. Want to talk to Samson?
Yeah, I want to talk to Samson. But Kramer, he's canceled now.
He had sex with
Yeah,
my
he
mama.
had sex with my mama. Oh, it's so good.
Let's do that movie again.
Hang on, I got my bong out.
Come on. Oh, Green Eye's gonna miss ya.
You remember a lot of that movie.
I know every.
Bitch, like, fly me to the moon like that bitch Alice Crampton. So good. Oh, man. Yeah, that was like her favorite movie.
Remember funny movies? Remember them?
Oh, remember?
We're doing one right
Like
now.
when we used to watch those?
Yeah. Mr. Mom was funny. This is funny. I'm on a roll here.
I liked Mr. Mom.
I'll pick the next couple.
Mr. Mom did fine. It aged fine. I mean, again, I guarantee you Mr. Mom is better than movies from the 40-year-old movies in the 80s. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah.
Like, it's a fucking great movie, and it's so funny, you know, and it's still kind of got its message and shit. This is a silly, stupid movie, but again, I understand why people like it. Again, and it's because of shit like that, like the Club of Seal, and then just the fucking blind guy with the Rubik's Cube.
Is this it yet?
Is this it? Is this it? And they have him say that's like Family Guy shit. Like he says it like 10 times.
Yeah.
So just to make
Where it
sure,
stops being funny and then it becomes
then
funny
it becomes
again.
funny again. Yeah.
Oh.
And you know what's funny about that bit is there's not even people who don't like the Family Guy know that particular bit.
And the first time you see it, if you don't know it's coming, it is weirdly off-putting for a while, and then gets fun. I mean, I think everybody has the same reaction because no one finds it funny at first.
Right. No, it
will
really does.
It will break people at different times depending on how long you let it go.
It really does. It really does start as funny because, you know, that's sort of what you do when you fall down. And then it becomes unfunny because it's like, okay. And then it's fucking hilarious because it's like, how much longer could he possibly go on? And then what's great about that bit is that from then on, anytime he gets hurt, he does the and it reminds you that shit was that funny. But yeah, I thought that Rubik's Cube thing was super funny.
Do they have to have Rubik's Cubes for blind people, right? Like a Braille cube?
Nope, they came out and said they're not going to do that.
No, they didn't.
They made a formal announcement. Like,
sorry, all
press
people
release.
with disabilities.
Signed Mr. Rubik's.
If we can't make deaf people happy, we're not going to go after the blindies.
Right. Why is it our responsibility to make every disabled person feel better? Deafies and blindies, is that it is now?
Yeah. What do we got to fucking make it for people that can't taste? You know, it's not fucking, you know.
I'm sorry, have you ever done a Rubik's Cube before? You don't have to taste it.
You don't?
Yeah, but what about the people who want to?
Derek makes me lick that motherfucker all the time.
Will you save that?
Lick
Save
my
that.
cube.
Derek makes me lick it all.
Hey, her husband can do a Rubik's Cube like super fast. And he does that thing like the...
It doesn't surprise me even a little bit.
By the way, I think I've talked about this on the show. Y'all should watch it. There's a documentary on Rubik's Cube competitions.
About those sad little kids that do Rubik's Cubes?
No.
Yeah.
It's sort of
Works.
It's about like this guy who is like the world champion. And it's, you know, he still lives with his parents. But then like his competition is this autistic kid who literally had no functionability until he discovered the Rubik's Cube, and his life started to like come together.
And then he like started making friends with people who had the same interest, and it was really cute.
And that boy's name? Albert Einstein.
Mm-hmm.
There is one for blind people.
That's what. There's a Rubik's Cube for blind people. Gotta be.
It just goes, nope.
No, each side has different.
No.
Yeah, they definitely have a different texture on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, one's fluffy like children's touch and feel books.
Yeah.
One's
that's
a
all
mirror.
it is. Velcro.
A piece of tinfoil in there, kind of crinkled up.
Yeah. On the ones for deaf people, it just has the hand motion for what color it is.
Because they can't see it?
What?
I'm just still trying to be blind racist. If we're going to be, you know, the blindies.
Blind listeners, if you're driving to work right now, please don't listen to Jared. And be careful.
And deaf listeners,
Watch out.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Deaf listeners, do not, I mean, seriously, stop at the train crossings and look. So then, you know, I love the, you know, just how simple how simple his character is. It's just like, you know, your show's doing awesome. You want to keep doing it? Do I still get to be the janitor? If you want to, I mean, that's fine. Okay, I'm going to go clean the bathroom.
Yep.
And Wheel of Fish, you know, I don't know. It was a reach.
It was just a callback to get to, you're so stupid!
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, to bring him back in.
But then, I think around here after Wheel of Fish, we get Raul's Wide World of Animals.
First, we get Philo's Secrets of the Universe, where he teaches you to make plutonium from common household items.
Yep.
And then Raul's Wild Kingdom. Now, this dude was in a bunch of movies in the 80s, one of which was Colors, which was the original movie about gangs in L.A., and he's the, hey, Holmes, you fucked up, you joined a gang. You know, like, he was like the main guy in this one gang, and a really terrifying motherfucker. And
well, he died about 3 months after this film was shot.
Did he really?
Yeah, got hit by a drunk driver, died on impact.
I hate to hear that. That sucks.
Didn't they have to use a double for one of his, like,
one of his eyeballs? Yeah.
for a scene.
Mm.
You know, one of those was looking way, way off stage left.
That was
You know that up until recently, I didn't know that Sammy Davis Jr. only had one real eye.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Adam Sandler sings about that.
And so did
Sammy Davis Jr. only has one eye.
Yeah, I guess I never caught it.
Oh, Thanksgiving.
Turkey to eat so good.
Gobble, gobble, eat.
Amy has had enough Adam Sandler and Tenacious D.
Yeah.
Oh, no more.
I mean, I love them both.
She thinks both of them are funny, but
Derek overdid it a little bit.
Derek overdid it a smidge, and I laughed the whole time because I'm fine with it. But not the best soundtrack to, like, unwinding after the kids go to bed, like trying to sit around having some
like
wine.
if you're still trying to carry on the evening, you gotta involve people somehow, because we're just sitting around on a giant couch staring at each other's faces.
Yeah.
Listening to Tenacious D while him and Jarrett go,
And they'll just quote the whole thing, which is great because I do the same thing for my favorite movies. But I'm like, is he not looking at my face? Because I'm about to just lay down on the couch and go to sleep right here.
I have never found them funny.
Who, Tenacious D?
Yeah, not that much.
Oh, man, wow. Have you watched any of it?
No, but man, and I think it probably, if I'm being honest, is more of a me thing. When I hear people sing that goddamn Love You Sexily or whatever song on karaoke,
Fuck You Gently.
or tribute,
love you sexily.
I just
mental note,
make love to you peacefully or whatever it
Maybe
is.
you should do a Weird Al for that song.
Wait, so aside from you, does anyone in the room like Tenacious D?
I like Tenacious D.
I like them.
I'm just trying to figure out
I've
why it's
seen
on the
them
list.
live.
It's in the movie list.
Well, we should watch the movie.
The Pick of Destiny.
But honestly, and I've actually never seen that.
But it drives me crazy, and it just makes me want to walk out.
But I will tell you this: the reason, so the album is really funny, like the original OG fucking Tenacious D album, and that's what we were listening to. It is really funny, but it makes it funnier if you go back and watch the original HBO shorts, because then you have established who the characters are, and they also do most of those songs in the show. And the context in which that they're done is really funny.
Okay, I can see that because I really like Flight of the Conchords.
Same
like
premise.
The album, but I'm sure I like the album more because I've seen all of the episodes, and most, if not all of those, are in an episode. So I do get that. So I suppose it's not fair, but man,
they have this one song that's just about their one fan named Lee, and Derek didn't remember the song, and I go, they have this episode where they basically end up stalking their fan, and he fucking has to get like an order of protection against them because they're just want to deliver for this guy so much. But it's on the thing, and it's once he got the context, like we were singing that song for a fucking week. I think he still is. He tried to get Dennis to laugh at it this weekend.
Yeah.
And Dennis was like, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. And so anyway, Raul's Wild Kingdom was super funny.
He's teaching poodles how to fly.
Oh man.
Okay, I did think that was funny, but I didn't even chuckle.
And
I
there
just
was
in
a
my
pile
brain.
of them at the bottom.
Yeah.
I didn't retain that one at all.
Who's next? Come here, Gigi.
And sometimes it takes them a while. And then,
Yeah. And then
hey,
here
we
we go.
got your delivery of 3 porcupines.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Two
Oh, that's
anteaters.
right. Okay, wait. We're going to talk about that in just a second. Next clip.
Just thought I ought to tell you, sir, there's a lot of talk on the street about this Channel 62. They're starting to get a pretty strong following.
Excuse me? Did you say Channel 62?
Uh-huh.
Do I have to remind you that we are a network affiliate? And we're in competition with other networks, not with a bunch of punks broadcasting out of a closet?
But,
Do you enjoy wasting my time? Get out of my office! And take that ridiculous thing off!
Oh, wait, why'd you cut it there?
Yeah, he takes his mustache off.
That was funny.
What in the world?
So what you were referring to, though, is it actually happens after. It's his second time, I guess. It's when that delivery comes. And so this is interesting. So he goes down the list and he's like, badgers? We don't need no stinking badgers. And I remember that being from the Mel Brooks movie.
Blazing Saddles.
Blazing Saddles. Badges? We don't need no stinking badges.
What it's from, right?
Well, no. So I researched it a little bit. Badges, we don't need no stinking badges, widely quoted paraphrase of a line of dialogue from the 1948 film The Treasure of the Sierra Madre. That line was derived from the dialogue in the 1927 novel The Treasure of the Sierra Madre, which was the basis for the film. So it is in the AFI's 100 Years, 100 Movie Quotes. And but the shorter, better known version was first heard in the 1968 episode of the TV series The Monkees. It's a nice place to visit. And then Mel Brooks' Blazing Saddles, and then here.
This is 100-year-old quote.
100-year-old quote,
Wow.
a paraphrase of it. So in the it's completely different in the book. In the book, it's badges, to goddamn hell with badges. We have no badges. In fact, we don't need badges. I don't have to show you any stinking badges, you goddamn cabron.
Sir.
Oh, and he calls him a chinga tu madre.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's not nice.
You're not supposed to chingar anybody.
However, though, then when the scene is done, it's actually, in one scene, a Mexican bandit leader named Goldhat tries to convince Fred C. Dobbs Humphrey Bogart that he and his company are federales. And so Dobbs says, if you're the police, where are your badges? And Goldhat says, badges? We ain't got no badges. We don't need no badges. I don't have to show you any stinking badges. So again, it's one of those phrases where it's sort of just evolved into badges. We don't need no stinking. It's like Luke, I am your father, right?
Yeah, he doesn't say that.
Doesn't say that.
You know it's true.
Yeah, super crazy, right?
And then we get all of that, and then we get the best one, badgers.
Yeah.
We don't need no
We don't need no
stinking-
stinking
The cherry on
badges.
top.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, probably the best of all of them.
Yeah. The best of my quotes.
Oh, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, whoa. Anything you want, I could never did. Oh, yeah. The best of my quotes. Sorry, guys. I'm just redoing my Windows here. It fucked it up when I clicked on that link.
Thought you're on a Mac.
Now everything's on the wrong side. Well, so I use the deal where you, when you full screen it, it goes to its own window.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So I move around a lot, Eric. And so anyway, when you're on a Mac, it does. There's probably a way to shortcut that, but it fills the whole window up when you open a new tab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
So Conan the Librarian, also fucking funny.
Don't you know the Dewey Decimal System?
Okay, that's probably the only time I chuckle.
No shit. No shit. Well, there's a bunch more, guys. They become number one in the ratings. That means some money's going to trickle in. So we get to stay fit with Mike and Spike.
Yeah.
Bowling for Burgers becomes a thing.
It was,
you know,
very close to a
5 years before
famous band. That
5
we know.
years before we named our band Bowling for Soup. Strip Solitaire.
That guy's just sitting there sweating with his wife beater on.
And then, of course, practical jokes and bloopers. I wondered if you guys... So it wouldn't have happened in y'all's lifetime. I mean, this was in the 80s, but do y'all remember...
Ed McMahon hosting...
and
TV's
Dick Clark.
And TV's bloopers and practical jokes.
Do y'all remember that show?
No.
TV's bloopers and practical jokes. I mean, it was a really big deal. Like, it's kind of like America's Funniest Home Videos back then.
But they'd set them up.
Yeah, big show. So, but then they would do bloopers from stuff and, movies and things. But yeah, they did.
Candid camera.
Yeah,
Okay.
similar to that.
Yeah, I
similar to
remember
like
that.
Punk. But then, Punked was kind of the cooler version of all of that. But, yeah, I didn't think you guys would remember that.
Yeah, because Punked had Kevin from accounting in it. That is a very specific Office reference.
Okay.
Where he claims that his toupee makes him look like Ashton Kutcher.
We saw him on an episode today of Ricky, Dicky, Nicky, and
Dawn.
Yeah.
Dong.
Yeah.
Oh, he's doing porn now?
Dong.
Ricky is.
All right, the last one that gets referenced right here is celebrity mud wrestling. This week, Mikhail Gorbachev.
He's just getting his ass beat by two women in bikinis.
That's fucking
funny.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree. I think that shit's funny.
I think it's just the age that
You are?
Amy and Casey are.
It's your age. It's not our age.
That a good Mikhail Gorbachev joke, I think, is just probably a little too cerebral for them.
Yeah.
Maybe a little too intellectual. Maybe a little too...
Oh, no. We're women, though. We don't get it. We don't understand.
World politics, what?
I don't know. I wonder, though, if I saw this when I was younger, if it would have been funny.
I don't think any 12-year-old girls when I was 12 watching this probably found it funny. It's only 10 to 13-year-old boys that find this funny.
These didn't help you pick up chicks in middle school?
Nothing helped.
I was 17 years old and I didn't think this movie was funny.
Oh,
Hey, wanna go to
Yeah, you were too old.
What?
You were too old to find this
You
funny.
weren't in the 3-year range.
There was one specific demographic. I was in it for a very short amount of time.
Okay.
And that was it. And I'm proud of it, goddammit.
I'm pretty lenient on movies. Here's the thing. It's like, the Jerky Boys movie. A lot of people don't think that movie's funny. I think it's fucking fine. Like it serves its purpose. Like to me, this movie serves its purpose. I was entertained for an hour and a half. I laughed a couple of times. If I was watching this with, fucking Chris would still be repeating badgers. We don't need no stinking badgers, right now. If I was watching this with like a group of buddies on the bus or something.
Yeah.
But all right. So here the plot thickens a little bit. Mr. Big needs his $75,000 in cash by Friday night at 10 o'clock. They make sure that we know that.
He's punctual.
Just pound it in or whatever.
What?
Sorry.
Go on.
Anyway, so they I forgot about this. And he does like his Phil Donahue thing. Town Talk turns into that. He's like, sex with furniture. What do you think?
Lesbian Nazi hookers abducted by UFOs and forced into weight loss programs.
Yeah. Unlock the mysteries of Al Capone's glove compartment. Roadmaps.
He gets hit by a chair twice.
I mean, the reason that is funny,
Geraldo,
is because Geraldo Rivera did this thing in the 80s where live television, which never fucking happened, live television broke into Al Capone's vault on live TV and it was fucking empty.
It's like a chair with 3 legs over in the corner.
Yeah. And I mean, it was a real big deal. It was a really big embarrassment. Like fucking couple of levels down for his career because he was just
good because that sounds stupid.
Oh, it was fucking stupid. I mean, it was kind of like you when
He's not really the sharpest pencil.
Do you remember when Shark Week got everybody? They were like, we're going to race this,
Michael Phelps against the shark. I can't believe people thought that was real.
People bought it, though.
Yeah, I thought it was real.
Like, just the
how
biggest
was he
bag
going
of
to
dumb
race
shit.
a shark?
I didn't know how they were going to do it. I just knew they were going to do it.
You could have 2 lanes.
Right.
No.
Thank you.
Train the one shark to know that it's supposed to swim to the other
Throw
side.
in some fish.
Fish on one side, chum, and then put a plexiglass in the middle.
You guys hear this?
How does the shark even know he's supposed to go fast, though? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
The sharks auto-programmed by biology to go fast.
For weeks.
And sharks only go fast for short amounts of time.
And that's all it is, because it's a swimming pool. It's not, it doesn't have to be the ocean.
I like to go fast.
I'm with you on this one. It totally
They
felt like it could have been a real thing.
They did another thing. I think it was Discovery Channel. Somebody did something. I didn't fall for this one, but it was like a documentary on
Megalodon.
Mermaids.
Oh.
It was like real mermaids, but like they were these weird little fish things. And you turn it in, they're just like, hypothetically, if these things existed, and everyone's like, fucking son of a bitch.
No, they had a Megalodon mockumentary.
Isn't that a real thing?
Yes, the mega shark or whatever.
Yeah, but and it had me going for about 15-20 minutes.
Is that not a real thing?
It used to be, but they made it seem like there's still one out there, and they had expert interviews and stuff like that, but it wasn't real, and people were really
like,
pissed.
I don't want to talk about the Megalodon anymore.
I saw Megalodon, and it was a little different.
Then don't they do like shark versus rhinoceros in a fight? Like, you know, like
Shark versus volcano.
Okay, now I know not to buy that.
It just is so. It's so. Anyway,
The shark wins. spoiler
Geraldo
alert.
fucking sold everybody this bag of goods, and that's what they're making fun of there. A very probably very timely little bit there.
And now, Jared Goes to the Movies presents everyone's favorite podcast game show. It's time for 5 questions, where we ask 6 questions, and the high score is 7. Here's your host, Jared Reddick.
That was the fucking best timing ever. It just all of a sudden erupted when I walked out. That's what happened. You know, it's like everybody's just kind of like, oh shit, there he is. Woo! Come on, bring it. Welcome to 5 Questions, everybody. Man, this is going to be a doozy, actually. Okay, well, anyway, I'm super excited about this because some of our favorites are on here. And, man, back from wherever he's been, everybody knows him. Everybody loves him. He's been our longtime executive producer and supporter of the show. He's served overseas 148 times for the U.S. military. He killed Osama bin Laden.
Bare hands.
He killed Saddam Hussein. He killed Gandhi. And he killed...
he comes back in part 2, though.
He killed Anne Frank. He like Woody Chambers is here, everybody. Give it up for Woody. How you doing, Woody?
Thank you.
Long time no see.
Sorry, I've been absent. I've been on walkabout like Kane and Kung Fu.
Yeah, all good, man. All good. Well, we're glad you're here, and I know you're still getting adjusted to Texas. Y'all are getting all your shit worked out, so won't be long before hopefully we see you back in studio. Also, you know, one of our veteran and one of our best players ever. He's also, I think, may have played the most times, if I'm not mistaken. But John Hubert Gickler is here, everybody. Woody Chambers, by the way, 18 attempts, 14 wins. It's a fucking incredible record. John Gickler still over 500 with 21 attempts, 12 wins. And of course, now here's the thing again. I'm going to introduce Steve Mayford because Steve's at 33%, 6 attempts, 2 wins. Give it up for Steve May, everybody. We had him in the shitty pile when he only had played 2 times. I guess he had played 3 or 4 times and won like twice, and he's only got 2 wins. Jesus Christ, he's only played 4 fucking times. You know, Steve May, longtime buddy, and glad you're here. And of course, this is a big night, big night, guys. Zaldor is here, everybody, and 19 attempts, 4 wins. This could be a huge night. Not only he is going to actually get his.
Wait, this will be my 20th attempt, though, right?
That's right. So this will be you'll get your second appearance plaque tonight, regardless of what happens, and potential to win your first 5 wins plaque.
That's right. That's right. I get 5 wins if I win tonight. Okay, Woody, you can just don't answer anything at all.
Up against up against 2 of our best players, and
show mercy.
The captain of the winners team is here. That's all you got to beat. All right, guys. Everybody able to write down your answers this evening? All right. I love it. Thanks for coming prepared. Wasn't talking to you, Siri. Thank you very much. All right, guys. We will be talking about the movie UHF tonight, as you are aware. And I'm going to start the questions off for you. I'll ask you 5 questions, and of course, we will go on to the other shit that we do. All right, guys. In the movie UHF, how many locations does Spatula City have? John Gickler, what you got?
I put 3.
All right. Zaldor.
I put 1.
All right. Steve May.
I also have 3.
All right. And Woody Chambers. I can see the spatula. Is it shooting jizz? It is a jizzing spatula? What's the number?
Maybe it's a 1.
Is it? Oh, it's a 1. I'm sorry, guys. They have 7 locations. 7. Visit one of our 7 locations, it says at the end of the commercial, guys. I'm very I'm very disappointed in all of you. I can't believe nobody got that right. I'll make the questions easier for everybody as we go on. Okay, guys. Here we go. In question number 2, of course, will be about the movie UHF. In the movie UHF, what kind of fish does the lady win at first? What does the wheel of fish land on? Okay, Zaldor, what you got?
I said red snapper.
All right, Steve May?
A red snapper.
All right, Crazy Ernie, red snapper, and John Gickler.
Red snapper.
That's right, you guys knew that one. Very good.
The game seems to flow quicker when Eric's not here.
It goes to what?
It goes quicker when Eric's not here.
Yeah, well, it's. I mean, he would have been saying "fuck you, Woody," like half the thing until we got here to this part. All right, guys. Very, very good. All of you have 1 point, I believe, is what's going on right now. All right, fantastic. Okay, guys. Question number 3 will, of course, be about the movie, UHF. This is a bit of a tough one, guys. Good luck. What is the name of the 80s comedian who plays a middle school shop teacher on the first episode of Town Talk? Looks like everybody's written down their answers. Steve May, what you got?
Emo Phillips.
All right. Woody, he does not know. All right. John Gickler.
Emo Phillips.
All right. And Zaldor, what'd you say?
Emo Phillips.
Very good, guys. Wow.
Whoa.
That's impressive.
You have stumped the Bieber. I can't believe that just happened.
He didn't even take his mic
Crazy
off.
Ernie's not very crazy tonight.
He did not. Yeah, he just
shook his head.
Yeah.
Nope.
Fuck it. I got nothing.
Move along.
Yeah, we could not do it. All right, guys. Here we go. Question number 3.
Four.
That was 3. Question number 4 will, of course, be about the movie UHF. All right. In the movie UHF, we are treated to a brand new single for their movie, and single and video for a new Weird Al Yankovic song back when this movie first came out. What is the name of said song? All right. Pencils down, everyone, and we go to Woody Chambers first. Woody, what'd you say?
Money for Nothing / Beverly Hillbillies.
All right. And John Gickler, what you got?
Beverly Hillbillies.
All right. Zaldor?
I had Ballad of Beverly Hillbillies.
Okay. Steve May?
Beverly Hillbillies.
Yeah, sure. Pills, that is, guys. Very good. All of you. Fantastic job. Okay, guys. Here we are. Steve, John Gickler, and Zaldor all have 3. Woody Chambers has 2. That is something I would never thought I would ever say out loud. That is fucking crazy.
Or I would hear.
Yeah. All right, guys. Here we go. Question number 5 from me, and you must get this exactly right. What is the name of the food establishment at which we start this movie? Okay, let's see. John Gickler, what you got?
Yeah, I'm not sure about this one. I had Big Edna's Burger Barn.
Okay. Zaldor, what did you say?
I had Big Edna's Burger World.
Okay. Steve May?
Big Edna's Burger Barn.
Okay. And Crazy Ernie? Big Edna's Burger World. Guys, it is Big Edna's
Burger World.
Burger World is correct. Zaldor getting it correct. Woody making it a game where it seems like at some point we're going to toss a fucking coin. All right. That, of course, leads us to our next part. Now, Eric is not here, so it is time for Amy's.
I should have read through this. He's got some run-ons. Okay, U-62's chief engineer Philo is an obvious homage to what inventor who made many crucial contributions to the early development of all electronic television and held more than 300 patents in radio and film when he died in 1971. There's a hint.
Mm-hmm.
He also lent his name to a character on the animated series Futurama.
Okay, guys, I know this, actually. I'm anxious to see. I think that people are going to say one of two things if they don't
Really?
know.
You have two ideas?
I do, yeah. Here we go. I am going to start with Zaldor, who is in the lead. Let's see what he's got. He's shaking his head.
I did guess with Mr. Technics.
Okay, Mr. Technics. All right, Steve May, what did you say?
Tesla, also a great band.
Yes. Crazy Ernie, what did you say?
I said Alexander Graham Bell.
Okay. John Gickler, what did you say?
No fucking clue.
No fucking clue. So I would have said also Tesla, but I think Edison would have been another good guess.
The answer is Philo T. Farnsworth.
Jesus God, nobody got it right.
No.
I've never even heard of Philo T. Fartsworth. Yeah, I really did. I thought it was Tesla. It wasn't that. All right, guys, we find ourselves in a very interesting predicament here. Zaldor is 100% going into the finals tonight and hoping to win his first win.
Whoa!
Yes, that's
How does that happen?
Happening. Steve, John, and Woody are all tied for the loser spot at 3. And here is how we must first try and go about this. Sean is going to ask you one of his super hard questions. Hopefully just one of you gets it correct. If one of you misses, then we flip a coin to see who goes on and so forth. So, Sean, what are the categories for me to pick from?
It's time for Sean's questions, the 7th question, and sometimes it's hard.
Food.
Mm-hmm.
Balls.
Okay.
Spoofs.
Let's go balls.
Balls.
Yeah.
Ready for the question?
Yes.
During the initial opening scene, which famous landmark does the boulder chase George past?
All right, so this question is for everybody but Zaldor. All right, let's go. John Gickler, what'd you say?
The Sphinx. I drew a little picture there for Woody.
Steve May, what did you say?
The Eiffel Tower.
Okay, and Woody also said the Sphinx. What was it?
The Sphinx.
Sphinx is correct. Steve, I'm sorry. Did he not go past the Eiffel Tower?
No.
Oh. Yeah, I thought he did some sort of like a Roman thing too, but I guess that doesn't fucking matter, you know. All right, guys. Well, you know what that means, Steve? That means that you are out, and I am sorry to report that. It does also mean that now we will flip a coin between Woody and John Gickler to see who will try to answer a question to win this spot from Zaldor, meaning you're going to have to have gotten 2 of his questions correct. John, since you can hear me, call it in the air.
Heads.
Says heads. The answer is tails. The answer is tails, John. I'm sorry. That means that you are out, and it will mean now that Woody will get to it. Does. It comes down to our champion of champions versus the only player that's only one better than Vinny.
That's right.
I almost feel like I should lose.
Well,
go easy on me, Woody.
You can't throw it. You can't throw it. You know how it is. There's no mercy. Okay, there's no mercy in this dojo. All right, so Sean, offer him the other 2 categories, and good luck to both of you.
All right. Other 2 categories are food and spoofs.
Okay, Woody.
Food.
Okay, he went with food.
All right. George and Bob work at a fast food restaurant making delicious food that can be seen after the intro. If one would want to phone ahead to order food, what number would they need to call?
Is that are you asking for the number of Big Edna's?
Yes, the phone number.
Yeah, 450 fuck off.
Well, that's not right.
Okay, I'm sorry, that is incorrect.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, an historic moment has just happened. Les Zaldor just won his first winner's plaque.
Wow. 2 years in the making.
You're a 2-plaque winner tonight. How does that feel, Les?
I'm speechless.
It can't, it's...
Woody, your check's in the mail.
You do so much better when your sister-in-law isn't yelling in the background the entire time. It's fucking unbelievable. It was a hard-fought battle. Everybody stayed in it till the end, but Les came out swinging, getting one answer early that you guys unfortunately did not know, and that was the difference in the game today, guys.
That's huge.
Fantastic. And as always, guys, it's good to see you all. It's been too long. Hopefully, we will see you all before long. Thank you so very much, as always, for supporting this show. You know as well as I do that we couldn't do it without you. And, I know it's Monday night, but if you don't have anything going on, come hang out in the chat. I'm sure everybody would love to congratulate you, Zaldor, and make fun of you other three.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
What was the phone number?
Thanks.
All right. Oh, hold on. What was it?
What was the phone number, Sean? What was it?
Phone number was 834-2558.
Are we sure that doesn't spell fuck off?
Yeah, that doesn't spell fuck off.
You were so close, Woody. You were so close.
I know. What's the number off?
Thank you guys so very much. We'll see y'all later.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
This is one share of stock in Channel 62. Our goal over the next day and a half is to sell 7,500 of these at $10 a piece. If we succeed, then the station will belong to all of us.
Now, I'm calling out an SOS. Save our station. Yeah. And we got volunteers right over here. They'll be taking your money, and they're going to be working around the clock for 2 days until every share is sold. What do you say, kids? Can we do it?
Oh, Kramer.
Can they? Though?
Can they or can they not? Yeah.
Or will they come up like $2,000 short?
Maybe.
I don't know. We'll see.
We will see.
It's an oddly specific thing for me to reference, though.
I thought when they were just like, hey, we got to pay Mr. Sadowski a visit, I was like, oh, no, they're going to beat up the guy. I thought they were going to beat him up. And I already felt bad for him for getting fired.
They didn't. They just had a poker game, and he just wanted to play
I Spy, or what I'm thinking of, yeah.
Thinking of something orange.
You know what it is? You give up?
It's an orange.
It's an orange.
Thinking of something blue.
They wheel him into the other room.
Shut up!
Guys, my blindfold fell off. My blindfold fell off.
And he's using his tongue to try to pull it down.
I got an itch.
Yeah. And then, that's the thing, right? You can't show fucking kids like that, or that dude, the mop. It's like on Goonies when they fucking... What is it why does he end up breaking out? Isn't it over a candy bar? Or
the ice cream.
Ice cream.
Rocky Road ice cream.
Yeah, it's a Rocky Road ice cream.
Oh, wait, no, that's Chunk when he's in the freezer, but
no.
Snicker bar.
Baby Ruth.
That was a Baby Ruth.
Baby Ruth.
Baby
Ruth.
That's what it was. Yeah. No, he breaks out. I thought he broke out of the freezer because he kept talking. They talk about his mom. About
he bum rushes him.
Yeah. They start talking about his mom.
Tell us everything.
Yeah. Owen. I got Everett to watch that movie with me last summer, and he made it through the whole thing. He was pretty scared of sloth, though. Like he wasn't really having that. We actually were just talking about that the other day, and he was like, that guy in that one movie, and he's got the superhero shirt on. He's like, why is he like that? Some people are just born with different things going on.
Yeah, some people are born all fucked up. I mean, that's the way it is.
What can you say?
Bro?
What can you say, right?
The Fratellis loved him like a brother.
Yeah. Man, they could also make some pizza. That E. Fratelli's pizza.
Oh God, that's so
And the
good.
band.
So fucking good.
The band, the
Do we have
Fratellis.
one of those
We
around
like
here?
them. No, not. We had one in Flower Mound, but
Let's change it. Get one here.
closest thing we can get here is Campese's, which is pretty much the same, but even that's in Frisco.
I don't know if I've had that one.
Yeah.
Oh, Campese's been around for 80 years.
It's a local,
and it
local
used to
place.
be
Started in Plano.
Mafia.
No, you started on Mockingbird.
In Dallas, yeah. Yeah.
Ing.
Yeah.
Bird.
Sing.
Bird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a mafia place.
Mm-hmm. He was laundering
Probably
money.
still is, guys.
Probably. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Hey.
That shit doesn't go away.
Actually, speaking of that, one of the top-ranking mafia bosses, he's been out for a while. He opened up his second franchise pizza restaurant last week.
What is it?
Called Slices.
It sounds delicious.
That sounds terrifying.
Yeah. I don't know how to feel
I
about
didn't
it.
put that together, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking great.
That's a good joke.
Called Stabbies. Like, I don't know.
Stabbies.
Opened a phlebotomist.
That's all right. If you do Roadhouse, I'll add it in.
No, I wasn't going to do Roadhouse. I'm going to try to get to the bits in a timely manner tonight, not after the show's over.
Bitty bits.
Eric, did this make you horny? Each week when we're talking about a movie, we check in with Eric to see if at any point during this movie he got horny. So let's check in with him now. Eric, what's this week's scoop in horniness?
Well, this movie doesn't have a lot of romantic interest. There's a small subplot getting back together with his girlfriend, Terry. Not as much nudity as you would expect from a Weird Al movie, which was kind of surprising. So the only time I got close was when he was acting like Rambo and he was real glistening and his muscles were real big. That was kind of hot, but no, I did not get horny watching UHF, the 1989 Weird Al film.
Yeah.
For the record.
All right. Well, there you have it. There you have it. Alert the media. Now, you guys aren't from the pizza place. Sorry, I forgot to say that earlier. How about Gandhi 2?
Yeah, this time he's back for revenge.
He's a one-man wrecking crew, but he also knows how to party.
Yeah, and they go into the little nightclub. He's got his little Gandhi robes on. That's a funny bit. Gandhi 2 in space.
That did make me laugh. The Gandhi 2 thing. Yeah. Very, very funny. All right, we're all ready to clip 5, Sean. Jesus, we're going quick.
Hey, mister! Change? You got change?
You mind? Get out of my way.
Hey, come on, can't you help a guy out? Anything.
Don't spend it all in one place.
Wow! I can't believe it! Oh, thanks, mister! Thanks a lot!
This will come back around.
It will come back. It's pretty obvious what had happened.
Yeah, no kidding.
What does end up happening? Is it he gives him like a wheat penny or something?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe an upside down printed airplane. Isn't that a stamp? The upside down.
Oh, I don't know.
Airplane stamp. Stamp collectors, if you're listening, right into the show. Let us know what.
One time, my mom has spent many years trying to make up for the fact that she threw away my baseball cards collection, and which I had my Kiss cards and my Star Wars cards as well. And she cleaned up my room and she threw that shit away. And it was not in the closet where it was supposed to be. It was out, and making a mess with the room and whatnot. But she's ever since then, she will just like find a bunch of baseball cards at like some store, and then she'll send them to me, and then she'll forget, a few years later that she sent me those going, "Hey, I found your baseball cards," right? Like she's still pulling one over me like it's a fucking fish and I'm 5, Well, recently she sent me my coin and stamp collection that she had found in the somewhere in the storage, and I never collected those things.
Did your brother?
He did not.
So how did she end up
That
with a
was
stamp
the junk
collection?
drawer.
Yeah.
Is what she just cleaned out.
No, I don't think she cleaned out anything. I think she found the shit at some garage sale or something and was like, I'll just send that and we'll just replace what I got rid of.
Jared, I found your doll collection.
Yeah,
Right.
it's
I'm going to mail them all over to your house.
Yeah, can you imagine that?
I can't imagine it because...
Just like creepy dolls, though. Like, what are those ones? Madame...
Tussaud?
No,
that's the wax people.
Yeah, no, there's these dolls that Emma used to have a couple of them. Madame
American
Alexander?
Girl?
Madame Alexander, is that a thing? Anyway, no, not American Girl, but me and Casey always thought it'd be really funny to have a guest room and like line the walls with shelves, but literally put like 100 just fucking creepy dolls in there.
Yes.
But never make it a fucking thing. Like, don't ever say anything. Just like, okay, well, just enjoy that.
Night night.
Yeah, y'all
rest
go on
up.
Go on up.
So
Sweet dreams.
my best man at my wedding, he had rented a house in Plano, off Park and Independence, right by the high school. The second story was like a big game room, kind of like what you have here, but no other rooms, just one big room.
Right.
And it's, it's all wood paneling walls. They're up there. They put a pool table. They're all playing pool. Something happened and he like bumped into one of the panels, and the panel opened up.
What?
And there was like 4 guys up there.
Yeah.
Sex dungeon?
And they were like, what the hell is that? They peek in there and they all can go in. And in the back corner is just old dolls all piled up in like a pyramid. And there's like a little tea table with like shit set. Come to find out, the guy who originally lived there went through 4 wives. They all just mysteriously died in the house. But they found this secret other room. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty wacky.
Rest in peace.
Wait,
Sean's best man.
he should have known that buying that. Oh no, he didn't buy it. He was renting it.
He was just renting it, yeah.
Oh, so he wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not in every state, right? Like in Texas, you have to disclose if someone has died in the home when you sell it.
You do, yeah.
But that's not in every state, right?
I don't think it's every state. I was listening to, I can't remember. It's either Sword and Scale or the Big Mad True Crime. And they were talking about how this wife had, like the husband had been shot by someone else supposedly, and when her brother got on site, she was just like, "How am I ever going to be able to sell this house if he died here?"
God, that was like, first thing in her mind.
Fucking weird, man. Like that's.
Well, I thought it was only you have to register it if they like got killed, not like passed away, like natural causes.
I think you have to
I think it's anything.
Oh,
I don't know.
if I just laying in my bed and choke on my own vomit after a night of drinking, I don't think you have to tell people that. I think it's
You
like
have to put it
if
on the
their-
Carfax.
If their brains ended up on things.
Like a crime scene type thing, I mean.
I don't know, man.
I thought it was any death.
Yeah, I thought, me too, because people are weird about shit, man. I don't know,
Well, it's a biological certainty, people, so you might as well get used to the idea that at some point
I would totally buy a
everybody
house
you
if
know
someone
and
died in
love
it.
is
I'll
going to
find
die.
out because
Are you saying that getting old sucks and everybody's doing it, Eric?
Yeah, and then they die.
Oh, right.
Is that part of the song?
No, that's the follow-up.
No.
so I'll wait.
That's next.
I'll wait another month because you guys hear about that Allen murder, the whole entire family. That's literally 20 houses down from me.
No shit.
Oh.
And when we drove by, like there's people put a little memorial out front. But I'll watch the Zillow. I'll keep an eye on it and see if it mentions it.
Yeah,
Well,
let's
I don't
know.
think it would show up on that kind of a listing. I think it's disclosed through your realtor, right?
I would think if a whole fucking family gets murdered in a house, you have to be told.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Real estate agents of the world.
I'll
let
ask
us know.
Gary tomorrow, and we'll find
Report
out,
back.
and then we'll report back.
Talk about it on the Rockstar Dad show.
We could do that too. All right. Did we do Thank You, Mister? Yeah, we did. Okay, so
They get them on camera, see?
They do, yeah. The community means about as much to me as a festering bowl of dog snot.
Yeah. And have you ever had one of those?
No, I haven't.
It's a delicacy in Japan.
Yep.
But
okay.
I did not try it.
Got it. Speaking of Japan, I thought the lyrics, we were going to do Eat It, but you weren't able to bring your guitar because it was a little bit nutty. And that's fine. To be honest, I didn't really want to do it.
Okay, well, why don't you just say that in text?
I don't know, because
we're friends. You're allowed to say no.
Because I know that it's good for the show when we do that shit, so I'll just do it.
That bullshit.
But one of the lines in Eat It was like, and don't you know that other kids are starving in Japan, so eat it. I'm just like, is Japan what we think about when we think about starving kids?
Maybe in 83 or whenever
89?
that came out.
I mean, I don't know. I think it was always
That album
Africa.
didn't come out in 89.
Oh, good point. Good point.
That's when Even Worse came out, probably.
Yeah, you're right.
With Fat.
Good point. Yep.
No, I'm fat. I'm fat. Ham on.
You
Ham
ain't
on
fat.
roast beef.
You ain't fat. You ain't nothing. Yo, ding dong, man. Ding dong, yo.
Martin Scorsese.
That's fucking. Hey, how about a slice of pizza? I got another slice of pizza here somewhere. Just pulls it out of his pocket. They did such a good job on both those videos, recreating the two, other videos. It was fucking great. I mean, he had to have had ridiculous budgets for those.
There's not enough roller skating in music videos anymore, but there was in both Bad and Fat.
Yeah. You're right.
We knew a guy at Thunderbird Roller Rink in Plano that could moonwalk on skates, and it was so fucking rad. Oh my God, when we would go there and skate around to pour some sugar on me.
It fucking looks cool, right?
Oh, and he would just...
That he was slaying all the women.
Oh, he was. All that tail, eating those big pickles and having an orange soda.
Yeah.
Paying an extra $1 for speed skates.
Speed skates.
They had the white wheels.
What are speed
Yeah,
skates?
they were black.
They were black with the white wheels.
Yeah, instead of tan with orange wheels.
With the orange wheels, yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Speed skates, and it's like a thinner wheel, too.
Oh, my gosh,
And
I
the
didn't
bearings
know.
were a little more loose and you could cruise on those things.
Man, I was pretty into skate. I mean, I wasn't ever any good, but we had our own skates, and for your birthday, every once in a while, your mom would get you new wheels and stuff, and you'd go pick them up and spin, and that motherfucker would just spin forever. But then you get on that. Then you fucking get on the rink for the first time of those things, and it's like walking on fucking ice. It's just your feet just right up from under you.
This is slippery.
You got to learn to skate all over again.
Yep.
Oh man, the best thing about skating for me was when I learned how to come off the floor and be able to do the sideways stop thing. That's a really big deal.
Guys, let's go do hibachi dinner and let's go roller skating.
Go roller skating. Yeah.
Let's go get drunk somewhere.
Let's rent wheelchairs before we even do
I don't know if that. I mean, I'm not getting on roller skates anymore. That's a bad idea.
It's terrible. One of our nephews had a birthday party at or somebody we went to a birthday party with Eller, and he had the little cage thing that
the PVC pipe thing.
But someone has to go out there with him.
Yeah.
And it was me. And you would think all those summer days when my mom would just drop us off at 10 and come pick us up at 3 after she got done with her shift at the church office, you would think all that would stay in there. It doesn't. And when you fall as an adult compared to a kid,
a lot farther.
It is horrible. And I was sore for a week, not just from the falling, that was part of it, a big part of it, but also just that type
Using
of
the muscles.
exercise.
Different muscles.
Using any muscles, really.
So I guess we went to a few birthday parties and this is before we moved here. And I'm thinking Jack was 5. And so 10 years ago, I was getting out there and doing it. But I think now it's just too late. Maybe I lose a shitload of weight. I get that confidence back. But I didn't fall down. I mean, but I didn't try to I didn't fucking try to, do the rubber leg, which was this fucking dance we used to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
All of it.
Yeah.
Did they do couple skate in the opposite direction while you were there?
Yeah, but the thing is, couple skate, I never could skate backwards, so I always had to be skating forwards.
What do you mean? You don't have to skate backwards. You can just hold hands.
Yeah, but it wasn't, I mean, you get to a certain age.
That's difficult. Though, holding hands, and also this happens in movies a lot when people, a couple, are running away from something. Why do they hold hands?
Because they're stupid. They don't want to go fast.
Oh,
running, skating, all of those things are really difficult if you're holding hands.
Running especially. Yeah. Now we know.
Well, knowing is half the battle.
When he's trying to get out, when Kramer's trying to get away from him, and he stacks he stacks all the shit against the door, and then just up at the top there's just a book.
Yeah, leaning. It was important to the structural integrity of the whole thing.
That was fucking funny.
And then when they break the window and he starts moving all that shit back.
I laughed out loud on that when he just has positioned the book, and it's all just like, gotta keep him out of here. And that was funny. Let's see. And then, obviously that I like how back in the day in movies, they used to do this all the time where they put a camera up in somebody's office and it's sticking out like 4 inches and it's just this, and it's moving and shit like you would never.
But back then you're like, ooh, that's sneaky.
100%. Like you're like, yeah, I would fucking never notice that.
Yeah. Philo was up in the Die Hard tubes
in the
ventilation system, HVAC.
Yeah, technology's come so far. Like, you guys have never even noticed the cameras in the bathroom.
Nope.
Yeah, well.
Am I the only one that, like, I'll go in someone's bathroom, like, where is it?
Yeah.
I know they want to watch.
You'd have to have super zoom anyway for me, so it doesn't matter.
There's like a thing. They have those ones that look like outlets, and there was one like in a McDonald's that got found, and like it was not placed there by an employee. Like it was like placed there by like just a fucking weirdo. It had been there for like a really long time.
Chuck Berry, noted rock and roll guitar player, Johnny B. Good. I think he got in trouble for putting cameras in rental properties bathrooms that he had.
Man.
He also farted in a prostitute's face during sex, and there's video of it, and you can actually see her pop up like, what the fuck? And Chuck Berry does what anyone would or should do if you're paying a prostitute to give you head, is just like, get back down there. I am paying you to suck my dick, not complain about the fart I just blew in your face.
Is he going to pay for like the pink eye drops?
He doesn't have to do that. The transaction begins and ends with your mouth on my genitals, and that's it.
Is it really on the internet?
Yeah.
Oh God,
I'm watching. To look that up.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm watching that as soon as this.
I got down this Chuck Berry rabbit hole. There's a video of him playing on like a variety TV show with John Lennon, and they're doing this old blues standard, and it's going really well. And then about a minute 42 into the video, here comes Yoko Ono, who prior to this had just been sitting back playing a little drum, and that bitch grabs a mic and does her Yoko Ono screaming, shrieking, shrill thing, and it looks like Chuck Berry takes a shit in his pants as he's standing at a mic playing guitar, and that happens behind him, and he's just like a gun went off behind him.
I'll be honest, I think I found the video, and it's even so sketchy that I don't even want to click it.
Uh-oh.
I think that might be on your own, babe.
Oh, I'm fucking watching that shit.
I think you watch it on your phone, you don't get risk like infectious
Macs
viruses.
don't get viruses anyway.
Well, that's not really true, but
Yeah, he's in IT. He knows.
Yes. The IT department I work for.
I forget you're in IT.
Is on record.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. I like when he's just like, okay, they've got him, they've got Stanley held captive. I'll handle this, and he just takes off running. You know, like through the streets.
Kind of expected, because I hadn't seen this in a while, since I was probably 14, and it was still hilarious then. Expected him to look up and just be at the end of the driveway of the station.
Yeah.
You know, that little bit where like you're running, but the camera pans
you haven't
out.
Really gone anywhere.
Yeah, that's a good one. They could have used that.
Well, the whole Rambo thing was funny. I mean,
and it's a send up of firing it. You know, like the Star Wars thing, stormtroopers have such terrible aim.
Yeah.
And that was this thing. They're standing 3 feet from each other.
Yeah, and then just sneaking out like they did. I mean, just like right by the guys, and just actually like you're tiptoeing, and then there's like the whole line of dudes shooting at him, and then he just goes, wipes them all out, and then there's the chewing of the bullet, all of that. Then actually using the audio of Sylvester Stallone. I'm your worst nightmare. Pretty funny. And then Red Rum, you'd have to know The Shining to get that. But then they open up the door. Supplies! Can't do that anymore.
It's the best gag of the movie, though.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
Because it said supplies. But when they jump out and say supplies, but it sounds like surprise.
Right. I got it.
Got it.
It was more for Amy.
It's like deck the halls
with Santa's balls.
Ra-ra-ra-ra-ra-ra-ra. Right.
Yeah, did you know that some Japanese people have cataracts?
Oh, God.
And then some have rinkins.
That's going to be a clip.
You know I'm just going to tell it again. I got like 8 designs done by this Japanese artist who's like really fucking good and really, really known. Like really good. And he's done like bunches of the bands that I listened to growing up and a bunch of bands, and it was fucking, it was cool. And it was actually not cheap, but also, it was a good investment. All the designs came back great. So I got the email and some of it was in Japanese and some of it wasn't, but you could clearly make out what was what. And I sent them on to Bandware, who does our printing, and I get an email from Todd, who runs the manufacturing up there. And he says, so you want to go ahead with these Bowring for Soup shirts? And that it's spelled like that, right? BOWRING for soup shirts, right?
That's hilarious.
And I go, yeah, fucking funny. Yeah, I want to go with all of them. He writes back and he's like, okay, just making sure. I mean, like, how many of these you want to do? And I just the questioning really, I mean, it was just odd. And it was in email, by the way. So like, that's not how we do, like I send them the thing and most of the time I'll go, you just come up with the quantities based upon what I've done in the past, what we've got, whatever. But it went on enough emails to where I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? And so I go to it and sure enough, out of the 8 or so that I got, one of them really was spelled BOWRING instead of L for soup.
Can I get one?
I want that. I've been saying it forever.
So the design exists and we still have it and we could print it, but I mean, I don't know. You'd have to know the story to think that it's funny.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, I know the story and I've been asking for one for years.
If I saw someone wearing a shirt like that,
yeah,
Bowring for soup.
But you wouldn't notice. I mean, he went through them 100 times. I looked at all
honestly,
of them.
You really wouldn't.
You just don't even like see it until you do.
It's like there's this meme going around right now that's just like, well, the government's telling me I have to take this vaccination, then I guess I'm gonna have to do it.
Oh,
right?
mandatory, yeah.
Mandatory vaccination. And of course, all of my Wichita Falls are just like, fuck that, I'm not doing that, I'm gonna unfriend you and blah 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 blah. And people are like, read it again, and that person's still like, yeah, I read it, I'm not getting this gosh darn blasted vaccination.
Blasted.
Well, it says you finally figure it out. If once you stop and slow down, it says vacation.
Government's going to enforce mandatory vacation.
I must have read that 10 fucking times and I did not get the joke. And then finally somebody said, look at the V word. And I was like, oh. But yeah, I mean, I guess I just look at so much that says Bowling for Soup. Honestly, one time we were doing the Tell Me When to Woe CD release party at the Aardvark in Fort Worth. And I have a photo of this actually. It said, tonight, Bowling for Soup CD release party, and everybody kept coming up and just going, like, the sign's hilarious. What? I go up there. It said Blowing for Soup at our CD release party too.
That's even funnier.
Yeah.
Like that you're desperate enough to blow somebody for soup?
Yeah, exactly. Well, we were hungry.
Dueling trivia.
All right, so this should be interesting. Amy fucking hated this movie, and Eric loves it. You guys know the drill. These two compete each and every episode in a round of trivia where one of them asks one the question, the other one asks another one a question. Right now, Amy, I believe, is ahead by 3. Is that correct?
She's up by 2 right now.
By 2. You guys tied last week, and so...
He hasn't missed one in 7 fucking weeks.
Well, here we are.
Here we are. I believe it is your turn to ask first, if I'm not mistaken, Eric.
Amy's turn to ask first.
Then fine, fuck.
Let me see here. I feel like this one is probably easy, but that's one of the few things that I picked up. What does Stanley order at the bar?
Stanley or George?
I wrote Stanley.
Weird Al?
Well, I wrote Stanley, but...
So Stanley is Kramer.
Yeah.
What does Stanley order at the bar?
Stanley doesn't go to a bar, does he? George orders a blueberry daiquiri. Bob orders a beer.
Okay, then it was George.
Did you have blueberry daiquiri written down?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
well,
sorry, I'm sorry. I wrote Stanley.
That's okay. That's okay. I knew blueberry
But that
daiquiri.
was the funny one.
All right.
Way to go.
Finally.
You can see
Jesus
where this is going.
Christ.
Good job, Eric.
Way to go.
I thought I had forgotten an entire scene of the movie.
Well, and it's funny because I remember writing this and I'm thinking, well, I don't remember it being Stanley.
Blueberry daiquiri. All right. Well, we talked about Conan the Librarian earlier, and we even said, don't you know the Dewey Decimal System?
Mm-hmm.
But what is the little guy? He says, do you have any books on
Astronomy or astrology? No. Astronomy.
Astronomy is correct.
Oh,
Wow.
All right.
Another tie this week. So Amy stays up 2.
That's correct.
I do think Conan the Librarian is funny.
It is funny. And that leads us to Kramer up on stage saying, are you with me? I can't hear you.
I can't hear you.
I can't. Oh, wait. Earplugs come out. He can hear them fine.
You should do that on stage.
Yeah.
With your in-ears.
That's not a bad idea. So, you know, here it's
not
just
a
a bunch
good
of plot,
idea.
basically just a bunch of plot stuff, not really any gags. I mean, RJ Flesher with the special report. This may upset you. System override, and they play him talking about how everybody's the fucking weirdos and shit. He goes, I always know I've got them exactly where I want them. And does he point to his dick there?
It was like this.
Like down. What? Oh, in the palm of his hand. I didn't see his hand. I just thought he was pointing to his dick.
Maybe the captions were over it.
Could have
You
been.
didn't see
Yeah,
the
that's possible.
hand.
Well, so the bum that got the crazy wheat penny. Man, I'm a mess. Sorry, guys.
You're fine.
He goes, I'll take whatever you got left. Here's $2,000. So they make it.
It's just what they needed.
That is exactly what they needed to do it.
Woo.
Yep. And that
I
leads
was
us
nervous.
to our last clip, Sean.
Mr. Big Louie, sir, my Uncle Harvey wanted you to have this. $75,000. It's all there.
Now, let me tell you something about the way I've been victimized by these people. Hey, what's going on here? Now, wait just 1 minute. What do you think you're doing?
We did it! The station's ours!
Agreement, remember? An oral contract. How so?
Blow it out your ears, scuzzbag.
Got him.
Got him. So, yeah, then suddenly Channel 8 is stripped of their license from the FCC because...
Well, they were late in filing their renewal.
And they've been watching, and he's been being a dick.
Yep. A bad boy.
So, fuck him.
So, what's he
Then
gonna
his
do?
son is tripped by the little person who he originally tripped and goes right into the mud and has to cry for his daddy.
Noodles.
Noodles.
Tripped him.
Noodles.
Tripping noodles.
And then Philo returns to the planet Zarkon.
Yes. Well, his work here on Earth was done.
And that was it. And
Fly
then,
on, sweet prince.
And then the bad guy gets kicked in the nuts, which is how every movie should end.
And the homeless guy ends up with a Rolex.
And the homeless guy ends up with a Rolex.
Which is what RJ wanted for Father's Day, and his son got him some, Seiko or
piece
of crap.
Yeah.
Anyway, I you know, what can you say
let us
about
know.
it?
Okay, so you picked this movie. Had you watched it like anytime recently? Or
No.
So you haven't watched this since you were a kid.
There was plenty about it, just little gags that I didn't remember, but there was a surprising amount of this that I knew what was coming, was laughing before the things happened.
Yeah.
I mean, I try very hard to be as understanding about these things as I can. Movies that other people watched as children will maintain a certain amount of humor, a certain amount of a place in your heart, a certain reminds you of a time when, all of those things. And this movie does that for me. It is not a good movie as far as cinema is concerned, but to me, it was still funny. It reminded me of watching this with my brother, going to Blockbuster and picking it off the shelf, and can't wait to get home, even though we'd seen it so many times. I think Weird Al is a national treasure anyway. So I enjoyed watching it. Again, I wouldn't fault anybody, Amy, or anyone listening, for just suffering through this, especially if you're watching it for the first time as a grown-ass adult. Watching it as a grown-ass adult for a movie that's over 30 years old. But to me, it brought back all the same feels and feelings. I loved it.
And that's why I feel bad for bashing it, because when he says those nice words.
Well, when it means something to somebody, that's all right.
You don't need to feel bad, because I take dumps on movies that other people feel that way about all the time.
Like, I always think of Beetlejuice comes to mind, and I'm like, well, this is my Beetlejuice.
Yeah. Well,
it's a frame of reference issue, and that's okay. I mean, that's what makes people is your combined experiences and when and where and what was going on when you saw this certain thing.
You never know how it's going to go, too. I mean, it could have been like The Burbs. We could have all convinced him that this was the worst fucking movie that's ever been made. But we didn't do that. Now,
you couldn't have.
No, you know what? I enjoyed it. To me, it felt it was just an 80s movie. This is the way they all felt back then. They all just sort of had this vibe, this pace, this edit. Everything always ends with the crowd and with the guy hugging the girl at the end and everybody jumping up and down. Just, how it always ended. Casey, did it make more sense to you with us talking about it?
You mean just saying what happened the whole time?
That's pretty much what we did.
Were you able to pick up on some of the really intricate plot points?
Yeah. I'm glad I watched it for the sake of just having that pop culture knowledge for if anybody ever asked me if I saw this fucking stupid movie. I don't know. It was fine. I really don't have any feelings about it. I'm not really good.
That's what I'm saying. You were just like, what the fuck am I watching?
Yeah.
I saw her
there was
vanilla ice cream.
Yeah.
For sure. There's a couple parts that are funny that I will probably keep in the very back of my brain.
Sure.
And then the rest of it, I don't think I could tell you any character's name, including Weird Al's real name.
Right. Yeah.
Stanley?
No, that was Kramer.
So, yeah.
George.
Stanley Kramer.
Except for Noodles.
Now, Amy, you didn't like this movie, but you did laugh during a few things while we were talking about it.
Yeah, watching you guys talk about it is funny.
That's what
I feel like
Sean
I should have
said.
watched it alone.
That's what Sean is just like, yeah, well, you guys describing it back, it's way more funny than actually watching it.
No, watching it was torture.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, look, that's the thing, right? If our schedules were such that before we did an episode, we watched next week's movie together or some shit.
Okay, that would be different.
That would be different because, or would it? Or would we already be talking shit?
And it'd be fist fights and just
hurt
storming
feelings.
out mad. Yeah. And I don't want that for anybody.
No, nobody needs that. I think that's okay. Again, I found, I'm glad we watched this because people do talk about it a lot. I put that we were watching it in my Facebook feed and, a bunch of my friends who were my age started putting quotes in there, which I thought was really funny. And Sean, you had to sit there and watch this and actually pay attention and pull clips. And you're pretty much sticking with your original review that you could take it or leave it. Yeah. All good. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. We got a couple of more things to take care of. It is time to check the email box.
Oh, hang on. I forgot we did.
Okay, we're coming up.
Let's check the email box. Email us at jaredgoestothemovies@gmail.com.
Can you re-record that with Sean going? That's
By the way, on that, so did Zoe used to watch that Ricky, Dicky, Nikki, and Dawn or something? How did you know about that show?
Because I've
just seen it.
Just been around life.
So there's a teacher on that show. It's bad. That show's bad, but it's not near as bad as a lot of the shows that Nickelodeon and some of these channels come up. Like Richie Rich, like that. It's unwatchable. It literally is.
The Macaulay Culkin?
No. The series that they came out with a few years ago on whatever station it is, it's fucking literally unwatchable.
It's painful.
You can't get through it. So this Ricky Nikki show, you can kind of get through it here, and every once in a while something actually kind of funny happens. But the teacher, it's so stupid. The teacher just will go, yeah, and so just so everybody knows, we have a thing coming up this week. Like it's a tick. So he just every once in a while just has Kermit the Frog voice or something, and then he just comes right back out of it and just keep talking.
That's
We have
terrible.
to go to the hallway.
You think they wrote the character like that, or did he
guess
come in
so.
there and go, guys?
Here's what I got this good idea.
They brought me in as
an
a technical
artist
consultant, and I,
Right.
I guided
It was Sean all along.
Yeah.
Guys, we're gonna learn about space today. Space. Oh,
Space.
gonna be good. Moon. Russians already went.
Okay, that show is fucking awesome.
Did you finish it?
No.
Oh.
Look, I don't have hours a day to watch TV like you do.
He's in IT.
Yeah, my IT
He's
job keeps me
busy.
busy with information technology things.
You need to.
Well, go to fucking Quick Trip.
I don't even have time to do that most days.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for understanding.
Probably not.
Well, it sounded like you did when you said yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What the fuck?
No.
No, yes.
That's a very bad rule.
Well, I'm not even saying it's a rule. I'm just going by what you said. You said yeah.
I don't know. It sounds like a cool job to me.
Well, yeah, IT. I mean, it's challenging,
IT.
but also rewarding.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad you agree.
Well, I'm fucking drinking. What are you talking about?
Well, it's Monday here, Tim, so.
He is. No, he's. Yeah, I think so. I mean, but yeah.
Like, is he in IT as much as we just consider everybody that has touched a
I
computer
think
is
so.
in IT?
Yeah, I don't think it's that. Yeah.
You use a computer all day?
Yeah.
Like when you're working and I'm like, hey, do you mind if I'm up here doing IT for a while?
Yeah,
like
that's
like,
exactly right.
like-
Yeah.
That's what this is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking at a recipe? All right.
I'm
Well,
gonna live stream from my IT machine.
I'm typing. IT.
this appears to be a review that someone left on a platform. Sean, do I need any more
It's
information
on
that?
iTunes. Mm-hmm.
This is an iTunes review.
But we got an email for it, so.
Hey, she's hot.
Yeah, she or he. Gender undefined, undisclosed. Best podcast ever. 5 stars, you guys. That'll teach me to try to leave some room for applause.
Oh, okay. That's actually it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fine.
I mean, like, I'm fucking over here crying wolf, just going, I'm not stepping in this shit. Not going to happen.
Best podcast ever. 5-star review, guys.
Love it. Hey, Eric, how can people find us?
Not done yet. I'm just trying to get through this thing. I was trying to leave some space.
He wanted you to push the button, babe.
Love listening every chance I get. Always a fun time. Holiday in Stap. That's it.
What button?
The applause.
button.
5-star review, you guys.
Sorry, buddy.
Third time's a charm.
Nope.
That's really good.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
there's
not
no
just
sorry.
your little performing monkey over here.
I'm getting my own iPad.
You're literally a performing monkey. I don't know what you're a performing mouse.
He's not my performing monkey, he says.
That's right. I over here performing on my own. You know, isn't that right, Tim?
Yo.
I will never not think the Tim soundboard is. I mean, I will think that's funny until the day.
We just
I
have
die.
so many people that like probably started listening to this like way after and like will never actually even understand what the fuck that
we
is.
should just call him the Tim soundboard then, just because it's funny. He can carry on a conversation. What's wrong,
Is there
Eric?
another
Did we hear?
email?
Did we? Is there? No, there was only one.
You said stap.
What happened?
He's watching a fly.
What?
Did we hurt your feelings?
No. I'm participating in the show just as much as you were.
Is there more?
I see. I'm sorry I didn't know to go to applause.
Are we
Wanna
gonna
do
have
it-
an adult
Do you want
fight?
to do it one more time?
No.
Okay.
No.
Are you sure?
The 2 times I already did it were terrible.
Three.
Not gonna
3
talk to
times.
me like that in my bar.
All right. Well, Eric, how can people connect with us if they want to?
Yeah, if they want to. Our website is jarrettgoestothemovies.com. On Facebook, a couple of options there. Jarrett Goes to the Movies and the Jarrett Goes to the Movies fan page. YouTube and Twitch, Jarrett Goes to the Movies. You will want to subscribe and turn on notifications. On Instagram and Twitter at Jarrett Movies. On Patreon, that's where you can support the little podcast that could. Go to patreon.com/Jarrett Goes to the Movies. Email us, jarrettgoestothemovies@gmail.com, or text, leave us a voicemail at 714-451-6029. That's 714-451-6029. Back to you, Jarrett.
Thanks for sharing our post when we had a new episode. We appreciate that. David John Bywell, Gaz Stewart, Richard Reese, Breshawn Harvey, John Conley, Dan Roden. I think that's right, Dan Roden. Rob Taylor, Cheryl Burnshaw, Michael Leblanovitz, David Kendrick, Kurt Fletcher, Gage Strickland, Greg the Hammer Stevens, and Vinny Cataldo. Guys, this has been a fun one. Good pick, Eric. They can't all be all of us like them, but I'm glad we did this one. Super fun watch. Super fun show. Thanks for making it here through the weather. Be safe going home, Eric. And for those of you listening, we will see you guys down the road.